Welcome, everybody, to the Midwest Major. I've been saying it all weekend.
The water park major.
Absolutely. PGH Carroll joined by a Midwest legend that doesn't need any introduction, so we won't give him one.
You're too kind.
Yeah. But, man, Melee's been spicy this weekend.
Yeah, it's been a sick event, as always. I'm a big fan of this tournament series. Always something to do, whether it's Melee, whether it's drown in pools, whether it's go swimming in the actual pool.
Drowning in that pool.
Drowning in that pool, hopefully not. Please don't.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're happy to have you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, absolutely. So you're, I've always described this as the ADHD stream. We got 4 matches going on at one time.
Yep.
But the cool thing is we get to do a little like red zone. We get to be like, all right, this is a stinker. We're going over here.
Right,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
So if there's any like lull moments, somebody's getting 3-0'd and it's looking rough, we can switch over.
Yeah, if we get the picture and we want to go to something a little more interesting, we do. So you know what? Production kind of chats in our ear too. They're listening to chat. So if there's something you really want to watch, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're at the stage of the bracket where there's going to be good sets.
Everywhere, yeah. So we might not even like swap that much.
Right. We'll try to keep it where, the really intense matches are at that point of the set. So, like you said, a little red zone action for the football fans out there.
Right.
But, yeah.
Really starts tomorrow. I'm excited, yeah.
So is it top 16 tomorrow?
Top 16 in Melee tomorrow, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Ooh, right into it.
Right off. Okay, so Marth friend, Reeve,
Yes, yep.
talk to me about these two.
I am obviously very familiar with Zain.
Yeah.
Maher, I saw, did really well recently. He got 3rd at a pretty big regional size tournament. I can't remember the name of it. Forgive me. But definitely been improving like steadily.
Oh, yeah.
Is a name that I've been hearing more and more of. Zain, like you said, needs no
everyone knows. It's interesting you said that too, because like when you start hearing someone's name a little more and a little more, that's when you know. You don't have to really pay attention to every single result. Like Melee's everywhere, and every region has like 2 weeklies.
Yeah, exactly.
And online and this and that. But when you start hearing the name a little more here and a little more there, that's when you know someone's on the come up.
Yeah, this is going to be like a really like. Just a big test, though, for Maher, just because, Zain is so dominant in this matchup. I haven't seen him lose a Marth Ditto, and I honestly can't remember the last one he lost. So,
right.
But, yeah.
Well, am I incorrect in saying that he kind of, when Zain came on the scene, that's when, like, 2 of the GOAT Marths were on their way out.
Yes.
So there wasn't really much for him. Like, he just picked it up and didn't really have to contest it for a while.
He was kind of like, he became the full, like, complete Marth. Like, everyone, all the best Marths had their thing that they really excelled at, but no one could really put it all together. But he came around and just, he was the complete package, as they say.
He did round out very well, because I think originally we were all calling him just the ledge cancel Marth.
Right, exactly. Just like, he's fast, he's kind of swingy, but, like, man, he has really just proven himself over the years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, really doesn't miss a beat on any part. Offense, defense, neutral. He's really just all there.
Exactly. And this is like, the Marth Ditto is just so, especially against Zain. I've played him, like, several times over the years. And, like, if you're not up to his speed or at least close to it, he will just run you over in this matchup.
Right.
And it's, like, hard to even, like, keep up with what's happening.
Yeah, because no disrespect to Maher, but it's like, besides Zain, that's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, nice.
But like, okay, so our top marks right now are like Zain, Kadoran, and then who else after that is kind of like on the next up?
Like the next, like Medz Marth.
Medz Marth
like,
has been very good for a long time.
I love a good like non-Marth main that's just really good with Marth. You know, just to see the way they play the character.
You get a lot of ideas that way.
Yeah,
interesting,
for sure.
like because they see the smash through like a different kind of lens.
Absolutely.
It's easy to just fall into all the Marth things that you're like used to, but if you see it from a different angle, you start thinking a little different, and that's always is what progresses Melee.
Right. And this is like the real test of the set. I feel like we see this so often where it comes down to the wire. The first game, the top player kind of catching his footing, feeling out the new player. But if the top player is able to clutch these moments, it just feels like the set just gets out of hand really quickly.
Yeah.
So it's really important for Maher to just keep his composure and really try to dial it in to get this first game. Oh, he misses it.
He went for it. I mean, shit. Sometimes when you're playing Zain, you feel like you got to,
man,
right?
It honestly looked like Zain missed the DI on the forward throw. Like, it was a good, quick DI mix-up on the throw. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
no, that wasn't terrible by any means, and very close game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's the thing, though. Even if Maher takes that game, right, Zain can adjust, and he's played every kind of Marth Ditto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can adjust and, like, if you're Maher, you got to, like, beat Zain in more than one way.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to, like, if he catches on to what you're doing and it stops working, you got to have, like, a plan B and a plan C. You can't just get away with just, like, winning that game 1 and winning every game like that.
Right.
Oh, that's an SD.
Unless you just neutral B off the stage.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you just
then
let
things
Zain
are looking good.
Exactly, yeah. So interesting that he goes Dreamland. I just kind of feel like, you know, traditionally, the better player, the more space, you know, that's going to kind of favor them. So, you know, when I'm fighting a Marth who's better than myself, you want to kind of bank on the craziness sometimes.
Yeah,
Maybe you can kind of get a couple, like, cheap kills.
A little bit of
quick
chaos,
kills.
maybe
Yeah.
a little Yoshi's or Unfrozen Stadium, huh?
Right, yeah, exactly. So if you want to get real frisky with it, you go to Unfrozen Stadium. But so it's kind of interesting to me that, you know, he's going Dreamland here. Ooh, nice ledge refresh.
Yeah,
I like
kinda-
the little backflip.
Right, making it seem like the ledge is open when it really never was.
Yeah.
The illusion of choice, as they call it.
Yep. Okay. Nice. Hold down, regrab ledge. Love that.
I'm going to say something, maybe it's a little scrubby, who knows. I feel like Marth Dittos are either amazing or terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Trust me. As a Marth main, I know you play a lot of Marth too. Like, I've
Right.
seen your Marth clips, by the way. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, when you have two really good, talented Marth players who are also good at the matchup, you're typically in for a good, yeah, like that.
Nice.
Very nice. But then also sometimes you just get stinker sets, you know? Like, they just are not fun.
They really just kind of look like not level 2, level 3 Marth set. They really, like, we could have saw this 7 hours ago.
Yeah,
you know
like-
what I mean? In round 1 pools.
Exactly. I'm seeing
A lot of forward throws,
F smash,
a lot
yeah.
of F smashes.
A lot
I
of
mean,
show grabbing, yep. And I get it. In tournament, you just want to get the dub. Like, you just want to win. Oh, nice. Okay, that's
the
actually,
rare Marth killer.
I was just going to say, like, is that a thing that, like, anyone else notices that Marth mains don't Marth killer? Like,
yeah, I mean, with
I
floaties, it's a little different. You got it. It's not as free, but he does a hard shield, which kind of was a little alarming too.
Yeah, it was kind of tricky. Oh, I think he could have done the forward throw. Ooh, nice.
Oh wow,
The
just
stall.
ending it there too.
Stall with the side B was really nice.
There's got to be something when like Zain does something a little unorthodox that it makes a lesser player, with all due respect, have to like take a second and be like,
Yes.
why? Oh,
Yeah,
that's why I'm
it's
dead.
like what makes Zain Zain. You know?
Yeah,
it's tough, and especially after, like I talked about earlier, like the close game 1, barely didn't clutch it, barely missed the forward throw down air, and then it just feels like Zain gets more and more comfortable as time goes on. Like especially with
another
these
one of those?
recoveries,
Yeah,
like he's calling out the low. Like Maher's like opting to go low a little bit sooner than I would necessarily recommend. I know it's kind of like scary in the moment, obviously, but he's kind of using those resources and opting to go low a little preemptively, and I think Zain's starting to pick up on it.
All right, so talk to me about like a character community. Now, Zain obviously is the best Marth, and there's a lot of good Marths. Marth's a very good character.
Nice.
I feel like back in the day, top players of a character were very gatekeepy with information.
Yeah.
Do you get the sense that that's still a thing?
No.
Is there something Zain is doing that you're all perplexed by
So
that he's just not revealing, or is it pretty open now and it's not crazy what he's doing, he's just really good at it?
Right. I think that's a really good question. There's actually a Marth like R&D like Discord group that I'm a part of, and I feel like everyone is more like likely to share information and kind of talk about like that was sick.
Yeah.
What is Zain doing specifically that's like different than everyone else? What separates him? But then also just like trying to further optimize the character and kind of combining playstyles and ideas. So shout outs to the Marth R&D, the Discord. So I feel like there's a lot of kind of hive mind with especially Marth right now. I can't speak for other characters, but just from what I see on a regular basis, like they're pretty active in that Discord. So
that's cool, because I feel like when you think about a lower tier character and like a bunch of people putting their brains towards something and like for the greater good, because they know that their character is kind of like not very good. So it is a team effort for them to like, it's in their best interest to help each other. Whereas when you're at the top, maybe it's not in the best interest of a Marth to reveal his secrets, because then if he's telling Maher all these things that he needs to do, then
for sure,
maybe the set doesn't end a 3-0 and it's a little closer. You know?
Yeah. No, it's funny because Zain is ironically the one Marth that I don't ever see post in there. I don't even know if he's in the group, but like, I don't know. He's just, I guess he's him, and we're just trying to like pick him apart. Like,
oh yeah, I mean,
he's built in a lab somewhere,
right.
And we're
sometimes the greats are like that. I'm sure that Armada wasn't in the Peach
right, yeah.
Forums like saying like, no, we do this 100% of the time.
It is extremely interesting to me. Which, by the way, nice, 3-0 for Zain.
We'll move over to Trif.
Yeah, we're gonna alternate a little bit.
Oh yeah. So do you know his opponent mgmg?
I have heard of the tag. I'm not sure I'm familiar with the playstyle or the
I think we're in the part of the bracket where we definitely know one player, and then we've heard the rumblings of another, right?
Right.
So definitely, again, we said just hearing the rumblings is huge.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. If you're getting to this stage, and like especially like you talked about earlier, you're hearing the same names, like, every major starting to kind of like get familiar, like, oh, it's not really surprising anymore that they're placing, top 64, getting 33rd, whatever at these events. Wow,
crazy edgeguard just happened there.
Oh, sick.
But, yeah, but Trif up 2-0. Switching to Fox after playing Falcon for the first 2 games.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought mgmg was a...
I thought Fox too, yeah. Or like Spacey. Trif is very surgical in the way that he edge guards and does his combos.
Yeah, like I see Trif post a lot on Twitter.
Yeah, he's very. If Zain is nowhere to be found in the Marth realm, Trif is the opposite in the Peach world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the difference between players, and it kind of just seems like every character has like their top player, at least most of the top tiers, that kind of separates them from like the rest of the pack, Peach is one of those characters though that like, post Armada era, I feel like so many good Peaches have shown up, and they all like we talked about earlier, kind of excel at certain things. I would say Trif probably is the best Peach right now. Would you say?
Maybe Trif or Laud.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, yeah. Laud. Right.
But I think they excel at different things. It would be interesting. That would be a great question for Armada. Like, which Peach think about the hypothetical of Armada coming back. It's not going to happen. No one get their hopes up. He's done forever.
Yeah.
But think about the idea of Armada coming back and then kind of getting up to speed with the meta.
Yeah.
And it would be really interesting to see what kind of stuff he likes from Trif, Polish, Laud, and just kind of what he's taking from them. Because definitely taking 7 years off, you're going to have to come back with a little bit of a more expanded kit.
Yeah, knowing Armada's mindset and stuff, and just how analytical he is, after just talking with him over the years, I feel like, like you said, he would try to find what is the fastest way to get caught up with everyone else, and what are the best Peaches right now doing that maybe he wasn't doing, or maybe he wasn't optimizing back in the day.
Right.
So it would be kind of interesting to see what he would pick up the most from each Peach.
Yeah. That's a fun. Maybe next time we drag him out to a tournament and we pay absorbent amount of money for him to come do commentary, we kind of ask him that question.
Yeah, so we need to bring a Mario 64 setup for him.
Yeah. But look like this should be curtains. Yeah, trade's going to that.
Yep.
Let's switch over to X, Khryke versus Preeminent. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a solid set. So Preeminent getting the first game.
Preeminent won in a crazy way. Khryke went off stage to do a side B edge guard and got shined out of it. So Preeminent definitely came into play.
Yeah, Preeminent I've played several times. Really solid player. I'm not sure. I think Preeminent plays with 100 grand, or at least has had several sets over the years. Shout outs to my boy.
Yep.
But and just after playing Preeminent myself, I know that he's very familiar with the matchup.
I mean, I guess it's worth noting that I was under the impression that Preeminent was DQing from singles.
Oh, wow.
Said that they were going to do crews and doubles, but really wasn't feeling singles. But here we are, 1-1.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Maybe something changed. Maybe sometimes it's just
sometimes when you get here,
yeah,
you're just like, all right,
you
know what? The vibes are good. Everybody's here to have a good time. I got stuff going on in my personal life, but when you're in Kalahari in the middle of Ohio, sometimes your worries just go away.
Yeah,
somehow.
you just want to play some Melee,
Right.
And just kind of forget about everything for just a little bit.
So we're switching over to Moth, a fan favorite, I'm sure.
Okay, this is going to be a good set. Yeah, Moth and Lowercase Hero.
Yeah. Do you know much about Lowercase Hero?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Talking about Lowercase, because I've heard it's kind of like the same realm where I've heard the tag, but I think Lowercase Hero has really been on the come up.
This whole past year, I would say, maybe like year and a half, 2 years, just major strides, in improvement. So super technical player, really tricky. I'm not sure, usually when I see Lowercase Hero do well, it's like in the high tier matchups and the more common, like the Fox Dittos. So I don't get to see Lowercase Hero play some of these weird matchups.
Yeah,
as
Ice Climbers
often.
or Yoshi or something.
Right.
Yeah,
so we'll kind of see. I know Mav, on the other hand, is extremely good. She beat, what was it?
Wizrobe?
Jmook?
Or...
Wizrobe?
Oh, yeah. No, Wizrobe, not Wizrobe, Jmook for sure.
Right.
I'm not sure about Wizrobe. I might be making that up.
That's been a little bit now, but
I think she lost to Wizrobe, actually, but it was one of those situations where Wizrobe was 20 minutes late. And,
right. Yeah, the classic. Yeah.
I think I'm remembering now.
The mental damage,
Yeah, it was already done.
Had that not happened.
Right. Who knows what would have happened. But yeah, Moth definitely a fan favorite for sure.
Nice. Moth from Florida, right?
I believe so. I'm trying to remember what Moth stands for. I think it's Master of something.
Master of Flavor?
Flames, Florida,
I'm gonna
females.
Say flavor for 200.
Right.
I'm not sure, actually, but I think that's it.
I like when it's ambiguous because you can kind of make up your own, whatever, and then she could just be like, that's what it stands for.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. And it looks like we also have Medz versus Luigigoshard.
Luigigoshard.
Stream A.
The 5'9" dunker.
Or
is it 5'7"? I'm
5'7".
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Even more impressive.
That vertical.
You're right.
Yeah.
Luigi has a pretty good vertical too.
Say,
that's really funny.
How tall is Luigi canonically?
Taller than Mario, but I guess in that universe, the tallest.
Yeah.
I think Peach maybe actually be the tallest.
Yeah. I would say Peach is the tallest, right?
Yeah, and then
Gotta be.
Bowser is not a human, so I guess we don't put him in that.
I feel like depending on the in Melee, Bowser's got, I don't know. He's got scoliosis or something.
It might be the smallest Bowser has ever looked in the game, because he's supposed to be massive.
Right, and I get he kind of stands up in the later iterations of Smash, but he's hunched over in Melee.
Yeah, Melee's a hard game. It's hard on your hands, hard on your soul.
Yeah, everything. Your wallet.
Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah.
This drink I'm drinking was $28, baby.
And it was totally worth it. Okay.
But
Medz just looking really surgical. I was looking at what Medz likes to play in this matchup, because we talked earlier about Medz having Maher. Yeah, and I feel like because he has so much experience with playing Eddie Mexico, I'm sure he's kind of found which character works best for him in that matchup, and it seems to be Fox.
Arizona has a Luigi that I'm forgetting right now. There's definitely even more than Eddie Mexico. There's a Luigi in that region.
In that region?
Remember. Yeah. It's escaping me right now. But.
You're right. I'll think of it in a second.
Maybe it'll come to us. Maybe we'll see a Fox combo and be like, oh, wait, I remember when he did that to this person. Yeah. But,
okay.
Yeah, definitely, especially Medz is, as we all know, 30. So he's been around the block.
And a dad.
Yeah,
Shout
and a dad.
just keeping the dream alive for all us old timers.
Right. I mean, trust me, it's a whole different world when you have kids to like keep up and. Trust me, I know that there is a world where Medz was, you don't sleep when you have, like, a newborn or, like, a kid like that. So, net play, like, you find the times when you can, but, like, you're so sleep-deprived that you don't even want to.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Medz for, like, staying through that,
just making it work, yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, like, Nun, Mango, Medz, some of the...
Yeah,
some of the all-time, great dads out there.
Oh, yeah. We should have our own bracket.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And it's got to be like before. It's got to end before 6 p.m.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're tired.
Yeah. That's why the kids are at daycare.
No.
And then over on Stream X, looks like Preeminent is down 2-1 now.
Yeah, won the game 1, but lost the next 2. It looks like.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Medz though. I was going to say I lost my train of thought, but yeah, just up smashes Luigi out of nowhere. Yeah, again, the thing about Medz, you know, I mean, he's been in the scene forever. Luigi isn't something that he is going to, like, be shook at.
Right, exactly.
Luigi's have only been a little more different than they always have.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, when you know this matchup and you know exactly how to exploit Luigi's weaknesses in this matchup, it's just like... You just see why he's a mid-tier character, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you can make so many mistakes, but you have to be able to, like, you have to know how to capitalize on them. But, like, you know, Luigi, all he has to do is make one mistake, and it could be his entire style.
Right. I mean, one shine sends you, like, 30 feet.
Right.
He was in center stage, and then he was at ledge, you know?
Exactly. And, like, there's just tools that Fox has that just makes it really difficult to get around,
That's exactly why. I was asking Cheat earlier in commentary, too, like, are all Luigis on the same page? Like, FD is the counter pick?
I would have to imagine. Anytime I've ever seen a Luigi fighting a Spacey, I feel like they go FD.
I feel like it wasn't always like that. Like you don't have the most pronounced chain grab, although you do have one. It's been labbed out a little more, and definitely I'm not naive to say that like it exists. But I don't look at FD being like a super good stage otherwise.
Right. Yeah, I kind of feel like, I mean, obviously Luigi would have a hard time getting down on this stage. But, you know, the one thing that he would excel at, you know, regardless of the chain grab, you take Fox's jump, you take Falco's jump, whatever. I feel like you can just go to town.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the meta is always ever evolving. The Luigis I gave credit to earlier, they're kind of all on the same page as far as like tech. If the Mars are withholding information from each other, the Luigis aren't. They are,
right.
Yeah, they're all platform canceling their nairs.
Yep.
They're all doing all this. That aerial up B is something we've seen in the first like in a while.
Yeah, that's definitely like an optimization for sure.
Yeah.
It's like you can DI down air and forward air. They're really surprisingly high %, honestly.
Right.
See, even there, 126 on the right side of the stage, really, and you still have an edge guard situation, and he's still not dead. So again, we see that with a Fox that maybe not wouldn't be as familiar in this matchup, maybe that kills them there. But Medz, you know, he knows all the DI mix-ups, all the
I just thought of a funny way to handle what we're looking at too, the two streams. What if like you commentated the left set, I commentated the right set, and we just made our case for which one the viewers should watch?
This is 100% a left brain, right brain moment. You know?
Yeah, because Preeminent over here is cooking Khryke.
Yeah,
Now, bringing it back, definitely won game 1, lost the next 2, but is up now. We love Fox Mart, don't we, folks?
Oh, yeah, classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
many such cases.
We have Luigigoshard, you know, looking like a whole different set.
Yeah, no, this is different.
Oh?
And... Oh, nice. Oh, the up B! No, there is no world in which I thought that was happening.
That's filthy because that's coming off of, like, a dominant, you know, first 2 games from Medz.
And that was like
that was nasty.
9-hit combo that definitely was like anyone else would have done a down air.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Up air.
Yeah.
That up B was insane.
I honestly fully expected a down air and then maybe an edge guard situation.
Right.
I don't know if it would have killed.
Man, that was crazy. That's why he's the 5'9" dunker.
Yeah. That's how he's improving his
He got
vertical
up there,
all the time.
baby.
Absolutely.
And then on the other hand, we're looking at the last, like high percentage last situation over here for Khryke and Preeminent.
Yeah, looking like we're probably going game 5 over there.
Yeah, we love game 5.
Yeah, any other way.
Oh, fall off bear is good.
That's it.
Yep. We don't see that as often as you think we would. I feel like people are usually just try to play it more safe than anything, but
yeah.
when you have that gut feeling, you just go for it.
Yeah,
you know?
you can like just kind of map out or scout out Marth's side B, you know, and then just try to time your ledge
yeah,
pre-grab.
just tap them.
Yeah, and then especially if you have a stock to play with. We're getting a game 5 situation.
Game 5 over here. Looks like Moth 1-3-0.
Yes.
We've been checking in with Medz and Luigigoshard a little bit here and there. 2-1. OG Kid and Trif. That might go on for the entire commentary block.
Yeah, it might.
It might just stay there, right there at B.
Yeah, we could check in every half hour. So,
yeah, and see what's going on there.
I wonder. So who's got the counter pick advantage?
That would be
Khryke, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So going to Fountain. I hear a lot of opinions about Fountain.
See, this is my personal opinion. And maybe this is just me as a player.
Good Fox stage.
I think it is, but like I don't like this as you know, a comfort pick for Marth as a counter pick. It's just, man, that was nasty.
Nice.
But it just is very inconsistent, and things can go south really quickly. I'm sure the same can be said like for Marth in the or for Fox in the matchup, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I would put my winner's bracket life on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, okay. Would you say that the order of stages in Marth's comfort zone would be FD, Stadium, and then I think it's thought, this is where people are like, it's either Battlefield or,
it's like very,
I guess, FOD.
It's very player dependent.
Yeah.
It's like, how does the Fox play? How does, you know, so I can see the case for other stages. I think FD, you know, I will say that like sometimes I genuinely prefer Stadium to FD, which is weird in the modern age. I know it sounds kind of
like a Frozen Stadium.
Yeah,
to
Frozen
FD.
specifically. Now, if it's not Frozen,
little bit of
yeah,
a different story.
Don't ever go there.
But I think never. Do you put it now under like a Battlefield or a FOD?
It's pretty bad. It's like there's just we talk about like things that could go like bad really quickly. That stage, it can go real bad.
Yeah, I guess so, but it takes 2 to tango for sure, I think.
Yeah.
You know, as much as we talk about like the awful things that can happen on Pokemon Stadium, I mean, if a Fox takes you against your will into the pit or like into the tree, that's really just like, I can't believe the Fox made that happen, really.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen as often, like almost kind of never. I can't imagine like, or think of in the like the history of Melee, like someone completely trying to avoid the situation and then getting put there against their will.
Right.
You know.
So also, while we've been watching this set, it looks like Medz closed it out in a 3-1. So solid showing though from Luigigoshard. I feel like that second FD game, you know, definitely showing like if he's playing well.
Oh yeah, for sure. And these are all still winners matches, so
yeah,
no one gone just yet. Just getting their first taste of a loss today.
Yeah, that's a good point. So like still in the tournament.
Damn, that was a very good down tilt that sealed the deal.
That's curtains. Yeah, very nice. Caught the jump to ledge.
Game 5. I feel like when you're a Fox main and you lose game 5 to a Marth, especially in that fashion, because it was just like a, oh no, anything but this. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But when you lose in that fashion, it really just puts a bad taste in your mouth. You're like, I can't believe I got back running and then jumped into a down tilt. And that's just like, that's kind of where the Fox Marth hate comes from, you know?
Yeah, for sure. That
the
is
60-40 talks.
That is a tale as old as time too.
Right.
Just like.
Gotcha. But I could talk about OG Kid and Trif for a little bit. Obviously, Trif is one of the peaches that we've always kind of thought might fare well against Puffs. You know, and we don't get to. We only think that way because we haven't. There's not a whole lot of good Puffs in Europe, and then Trif only comes to the States every so often. So we obviously have seen like. Your Lauds and Samarises and like Polishes against like Hungrybox. Let's just say it, Hungrybox.
Yeah, you're right.
and we see how they do, and they do fairly well. But we've always kind of wondered, like, I feel like Trif's playstyle can like translate well to the matchup.
You think so? Okay. I haven't seen enough of Trif, especially like in this matchup, like you talked about. So
yeah, well, that's what we were saying, because like in Europe, I don't think there's a whole lot of like solo battle is a puff that I think he plays against here and there. So
no, it's a good point though, and that's like one of those matchups like. You really have to be familiar with the matchup.
Yeah,
and just have that certain type of play style to make it work.
Everybody has a part of their job, their 9-to-5 job that they like do not. Even if you like your job, there's parts where you don't like. And I feel like this is the Peach part of like, this is like taking out the trash. You know what I mean? You like really. You got to know what you're doing. It's a chore to do every single part of it, and you just want to get through it, and you just hope that, like, it doesn't go too bad. But
yeah, hopefully the boss doesn't like, come down too hard.
Right, exactly.
Maybe you can avoid all the puffs.
OG Kid, though, we've seen a lot of young players in the history of this game like come up. I mean, once upon a time there was a really young puff player who now makes top 3, top 4 every tournament. Yeah. If not, some people call him the GOAT. You know what I mean? Right. So just like Juan was just like a really young kid like playing Jigglypuff once upon a time. OG Kid is kind of on that same sort of path. Right.
It's kind of funny, like just seeing the, how much Melee changes, but then how much it also just doesn't.
Right,
How everything is just, it's all, time is a loop, essentially.
Right. Well, if that is the case, if this is the same path of Hungrybox, then good news for OG Kid. You have a bright future ahead of you in screaming and content and,
Yeah, he's got
just viral moments.
He's got a clear, like, template to follow.
Right, exactly. And that's important,
Yeah.
We don't give enough respect to the blueprint drawers.
Right. That's a really good point because, we kind of talk about like how, it's crazy that certain players come along and like, wow, look how good this guy got in 2 years, But like they have everything kind of mapped out for them.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah,
and
for
like,
sure.
A lot of the cases like, you have to figure it out on your own. That takes a lot of time, a lot of trial and error. And like, if you just kind of have an analytical mind and you just kind of follow a template, like it's all kind of there for a large portion of it,
That's why, like me as a player, I really enjoyed the era like before like net play. Because I feel like there was a lot of like regional differences, a lot of things to learn that way, and like there really were like very unique play styles. I feel like now that we all kind of are connected in such a like fashion that like it blends all together. There is a more established blueprint, but once upon a time there was a time where we were actively working on it and drawing it, man. And through a lot of trial and error.
Speaking of unique play styles,
perfect
segue to Ossify. Yep,
for sure.
Medz again, Medz Fox. So we may see a Marth Ditto at some point, depending on how this goes. But I really am eager to see how Ossify does. I haven't seen him a lot this year after like a really explosive year last year.
Yeah,
my God.
I mean, it looked like he hasn't lost a step from last year
at
all.
Maybe I just, I haven't been spectating as much, but I feel like, I want to see exactly how Ossify does at this event.
Yeah, all the matches of, like, in particular, I casted Ben versus Ossify and, like, Cruz yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And, like, it was night and day the most exciting, like, play of my yesterday.
Right.
So this guy really is just, like, something new.
Yeah. He's, it's just so interesting that, like, again, we kind of bring it back to just this monumental improvement. I know Ossify's been around for a while and didn't even start as a Marth main to my knowledge.
Falco, right?
Yeah, so, but you see this like just massive improvement path that he's been on. It's really cool to see.
Right. So Ossify actually took that first game, but we're going to Stadium.
That's hilarious that like that game started halfway into the Peach Puff game and they both ended at the same time.
Right,
like on the same frame almost.
For sure. Correct. But yeah, Ossify really been putting in work in the... I mean, putting in work is one way to say it, but like really just like, I feel like a fresh approach to the character.
Whoa, that wave dash up tilt, that was weird. He did like a little turnaround, like a fake out. since like most of the foxes are going to try to like slide off, like double stick slide off the up tilt.
Are there any other examples of Marths right now really pushing a little bit of a new path forward besides Ossify?
It's really hard to say. Like, I think that there's several that are, you know,
no doubt really good
and trying to do new things. I'm trying to think, like, I've seen Bank, famous for the bank dash.
Oh, right.
Have you seen Bank's playstyle at all?
Is that they play on a controller, right? It's not the box, I'm thinking of, right?
I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, just like, you know, little things like that, trying to make the character a little bit more, just, I guess, optimized and unique in a way.
Yeah. Medz thought he had it in the bank there. He's got that same shine twice.
Ossify's, like, the thing that I really respect about him as a player is just how fast he's able to, like, implement stuff. Like, and, you know, he's obviously really willing to, you know, add things into his playstyle that he may not have, like, been familiar with before. And he just immediately is able to, you know, to really successfully add it in, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, every time I watch this guy's Marth, it's, like, definitely something different or something, like, really fun.
Yeah.
And that's really important for a top-tier character. One of the most beautiful things about Melee is, like, none of the characters have, like, a blueprint so, like, perfected that there's only one way to play that character.
Right.
Even a Puff, there's multiple different ways to play that character.
Yeah.
But, unfortunate SD. But it would really be stale if, like, the only way to play a Marth was this way.
Right.
Or Fox even this way. That, you know, that's really one of the most beautiful things about Melee.
Yeah.
But Medz taking, making a 1-1.
Yeah.
How about that?
Definitely showing Medz is like, you know, I can keep up. I got a kid at home, but hey, and he's like, he's young bloods.
I think I'm gonna say something. I'm not sure if this is 100% true, but
there it is.
I might be pretty sure. Oh, FD, right?
Yep.
Medz kid can already like wave dash.
Yeah, I've seen like some clips that Medz
and I don't know, all the other Smashers that I know that have kids, like, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a single like clip of Mango's kid playing any Melee. That's just not the path for.
Right.
But it is kind of interesting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
We could be in 20 years talking about like commentating a tournament and be like, all right, this is Medz kids versus Dreffin's kid versus, you know.
It's like the lineage, you know, the tradition carries on.
Sometimes that happens in sports. And sometimes, like,
for sure.
I mean, we're about to see LeBron James play with his son.
Yeah,
so.
Maybe we'll see some, like, parent, you know, like, child like teams in doubles. Like,
I've done that with my son once.
Okay.
But my son just likes video games. He doesn't like Melee any more than he likes Ultimate or like this Marvel game or Pokemon or something like that. But he does like coming to the Smash locals with me here and there.
That's awesome.
Sometimes we'll play some teams. My son's actually the GOAT. And he doesn't have a main, but he likes to play the characters in order. So he starts as Doc, and then he plays Mario, and then the next game he plays Luigi, and then Peach, and, you know, so forth. So one time when we played teams, I strategically, we like threw a game or like had to win a game so that we got the sweet spot of him playing Ganon and Falcon. You know?
Yeah, gotcha. That's awesome.
It was really
just
funny.
A Melee purist.
Shout out to him.
That's awesome.
Just like Dad.
I love that referring to a child as the GOAT. That's just it's so wholesome. Man.
Truly.
I love it. I don't have kids of my own, but I have 2 nephews that I love dearly, and they're
what a responsible young man you are.
Yeah, of course. I'm the fun uncle, as we like to say. But yeah, they've come to Melee tournaments, you know, and they like to watch streams and stuff like that. So shout outs to family.
Oh yeah.
Shout outs to family supporting good hobbies.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, It's a little bit of a weird thing to like aspire to want to be a part of, like a video game community.
Yeah.
But again, like, I'm sure you're just like me. Are all your best friends like Melee players? Like,
yeah,
pretty much?
like you're pretty much.
Yeah. You know, besides like some like really old friends, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the most like important people in your life pretty much all came from Melee.
For sure. Yeah.
You know.
Good portion of them, definitely.
Exactly, right? So, I mean, that's what I'm always like, that's why I always try to tell my fiance. It's not really about why we're in this room together or what we're even doing, but it's more so that we're together doing it.
Yeah, it's true.
And we get to, like, you know, enjoy each other. But as we're rambling about this, Medz takes the Martha on
Yeah,
FD.
very nice. Yeah, so that's definitely a nice, like, change-up. You know, you have, from FD, you have Marth, like, you have that character swap, like, locked and loaded. That's nice to be able to just...
All right, so here's the interesting part. So now Ossify is going to pick a stage, and it's up to Medz to either stay or change characters.
Yeah. So we're seeing some, you know, some delay trying to think about it.
Okay, that's an interesting strategy to go back to FD. Be like, okay, I'm going to keep you on Marth, but maybe just clean up my act a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it looks like, oh, damn.
Okay, I thought he could have down aired maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but missed the down tilt.
Yeah, CC down tilt. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
No jump. This is big.
Oh, man, no jump on FD. You just move to the other side now.
Oh, wow, that grab is insane. That's a down air. Okay.
That is a down air for sure.
All right. Wow, and, you know, talking about Ossify for a good portion of this, but, you know, like I said earlier, like, Medz is really interesting to watch just because he's not a Marth main.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, very proficient with the character.
Is there something that Medz Marth specifically is kind of known for or, like, really good at?
I think that his movement is just tricky. You know, like, a lot of times Marths can get kind of predictable with their dash patterns and, like, their tempo, basically, and then when they go in and when they don't. But, like, Medz does a really good job. I mean, he does the Fox, like, with Marth.
Yeah,
oh, man,
I see his dash dance is a little tighter than usual, when usually you look at Mars like getting the most out of their dash and kind of having a longer one. He seems a little tighter, which is a little different, I think, but, you know, it's working for him.
Yeah, and, like, he's just good at mixing up when he's just holding W or when he's, like, taking his time, you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like even that little interaction there where he was just dashing in front of the shield didn't quite pay out for him, but, like, that idea, I feel like most Marths would have already committed to something. He was just kind of, like, trying to bait Ossify into, you know, setting it up perfectly for him. Okay, bad. That Nair is, like, a weird hitbox.
Oh, it almost looked like he didn't want to fair there. You know, even your heroes make a little bit of mistakes here and there.
Right. Okay.
Marthas are always so very... It gets to this point where it's just like, we're looking for, like, the big hit. It's always the tipper that ends this, or, like, a back air or a down air or something. Or, just a run-off fair.
Run-off fair. Especially, like I mentioned earlier, about if you just really pay attention to the Marth side B animation, you know, you can just react to it, and that run-off fastball fair is so good. Okay, no jump. Yep.
Keeping Ossify up and then just like racking up 75 real quick.
Ooh, oh man.
Wow,
okay.
I mean, really, it didn't seem like the most like the greatest air dodge ever, but it actually ended up being that way.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he went for an air. Supposed to like up air, just keep him in the air.
Yeah, definitely keeping close. Now, I mean, so
Ooh,
if Ossify loses here, that's the set.
That's it, yep.
So Medz actually can take this right now. I mean, we got lost in like just the Marth, you know, strategy of everything to forget about the stakes of Ossify could be out here and Medz could be right on top.
Yeah, for sure.
Whoa!
Ooh, nice tech. Okay. I'm like kind of surprised he was even ready for that because it was kind of a...
That was not a very...
Yeah.
It like kind of depended on a trade, did it not?
Yeah,
Am I remembering this correctly?
Yeah, and like it was just a weird sequence.
Missed another one. Okay, so this might be it.
One more
Need
chance.
another one?
Oh.
Is this a rinse and repeat?
He can land on stage, yeah. Oh
no!
That is
terrible.
Okay.
Oh, but he's at a high percentage, so the up B hit the down tilt too far away.
Oh man,
this is
Ossify,
tight.
Ossify's been getting stuck in shield. He's just like holding shield way longer than I imagined him to.
Wow, missed the F smash. That could be a set losing F smash right there.
The single hit nair trade. Oh,
the worst melee of all time.
Oh god, this is a classic Martha. Oh no! Oh, and the turning winner.
I feel like he got a little more juice on that waveland than he wanted to.
Oh wow!
That's it.
I'm kind of shocked that up B didn't like clip him before the nair came out.
Right. Oh man! So another game 5. Now interesting to see. So I mean that was a very close game. And the game before that was a win. So okay, he's very comfortable switching back and forth.
Yeah.
A lot of people
That's crazy, too, because, like, I mean...
Took him to the brink.
Right. On FD, you know, I mean, I get it, but changing characters mid-set like that... Oh, the Shinebacker connects. Nice. You don't see it connect too often in this matchup.
Probably one of the most satisfying 2 pieces in our entire game. It just feels good to do.
It's a classic. You don't ever get tired of seeing that. That's not enough. See that side B reaction? Like, man, Medz is really showing that he knows exactly, like, that perfect timing.
I mean, Medz obviously has a very capable Marth, so, like, he's very familiar with those timings and just, like, can just, like, pick it apart as a fox.
I'm pretty sure quite a few sets and, you know, practice experience with
Ty?
Ty, obviously, but also John Wick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that. Misses. I think the L cancel.
Yep. Man, this is one of those things. You can get out of hand pretty quickly. Getting away from invulnerability here is going to be really huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. I mean, Ossify is no stranger to just ripping a crazy combo right here and just evening it up. But extended it off the Shy Guys.
Oh man.
Oh, people are mad right now.
They laid it up. People are crying in the crowd.
Oh, man. Especially if Ossify loses. Such a crowd favorite.
Oh, man.
Oh, we're going to hear talks about it. Get rid of these things, huh?
Oh, Shy Guy's still getting involved.
Damn,
but Ossify was ready this time.
Right,
Man, here we go.
All while OG Kid Trif is taking the longest 3-0 of all time.
We've had a whole set over here. Like,
I think we did 2.
Oh, man.
That's the nature of Melee, and that's fine.
It
We're allowed to have not
need
glamorous parts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes us really appreciate, you know.
That's such a great point. Like, not everything has to be lightning, you know, paced.
Right. Because then lightning wouldn't seem like lightning anymore.
That's true. Okay.
Oh,
Randall.
misses
no.
Randall, and
they both
Medz
Randall?
almost missed Randall.
This is a wild game 5.
Oh,
like,
man.
Usually we see Randall getting involved.
The tension right there on the Angel platform. Wow, and you can just lose like that. No way.
I cannot believe it just ended like that.
Oh, I feel like he almost regrets coming off the Angel platform as fast as he did. Yeah, you kind of gave him the upper hand a little bit. Felt like you needed to go get some invincibility and just lost just like that. So shout out to Medz.
Wow, that was crazy. And the Marth coming in clutch too. Got the FD win, at least one of them.
So it looks like we're on the tail end of Maher 3-0ing Misfire.
Yeah.
I think all of our matches just ended right at the same time.
Everything ended synced up. We got some more coming your all's way, though. Don't worry.
Well, I mean, shit, we could talk about that Medz Ossify set for a while. That was crazy.
I can't wait to go back and rewatch that set because I feel like there was so much happening that my brain couldn't really comprehend.
Oh, man. I feel for Ossify a little bit, but, man, just like the way that they both missed Randall.
Yeah.
And then right off the Angel platform, got shined to death. That's a rough one. But, again, we're still in winners.
Yeah, so still in the tournament.
Sorry for whoever was clawing their way through losers and has to run into an Ossify, but...
Well, we're at that stage of the bracket where there's just so many killers. In losers bracket, it doesn't matter. If you're still in the tournament, like...
You're still in the tournament.
Yeah.
You're just, you got just a good shot.
Game. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So I think we're at like kind of the way Riptide, as far as I can understand, they stagger like the round 1 pulls into round 2, and then they kind of dial it back a little bit, and they go back to another section of round 1 pulls and continue like that. So I think the idea is to kind of keep high-quality matches like going throughout the day.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because
so
somebody told me they don't play until 6 p.m. like their first round.
Yeah, so we have like a large portion of the tournament that's already eliminated, fully. And then
but some people haven't even started yet.
Yes, yeah, I think so. There's another way.
That's interesting, and that's cool. You know what I mean? That's good for our viewers.
I think for the viewer experience, for spectators, I think it keeps good, high-quality, consistent, like high-level play going on throughout the whole day. So I think that's cool.
Not to say that there's anything wrong with low-level play either, because sometimes...
No, absolutely.
I mean, trust me, as somebody who watches a lot of Melee, some of my best ideas have come from low-level Melee because, I mean, again, it might have been an accident on their part,
right?
But it really gets your brain thinking, like, wait, that was an accident, but it was still kind of good.
Yeah, it kind of worked out. Like, I could see the vision.
So I'm just here to tell you that no matter what level of Melee that you play, you can still contribute to the ever-evolving metagame.
As long as you're just playing the game.
Right, exactly. And that's all it is. And it's never been easier to get into the community, start playing.
Yeah.
I mean, you quite literally can be on this stage in 3 months.
Yeah.
We've seen
some crazy
many such
meteoric
cases.
Rise. Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the resources out there now.
For sure.
Melee is super hard. It's a hard game. It is the hardest game, in my opinion.
But just like anything that is hard, it's very rewarding.
It is.
So a lot of, I mean, it really just says a lot about the people that pick it up because everybody knows it's hard.
Yeah.
But, I mean, once you get that feeling of, like, the reward from it, I mean, you know, if you never do anything because you think it's too hard, then you're just... Is a loser the good way to say it? Yeah, you're kind of just a loser.
Just like mentally, like you're just, I don't know. It's part of like you just alluded to where it makes it so much sweeter when, 99% of the time and like, not everyone can win, right? So like in a bracket, like how often are you going to win the tournament? But it's just like it keeps you coming back. You want to like keep testing yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, anything worth doing is going to be hard.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Yeah. And,
so
we're pushing our boulder,
Right, and I mean it's a fun boulder to push.
For sure.
Not to be biased about anything else, but yeah, it's fun.
It's cool. It's it's heartbreaking sometimes.
So we got Justus versus Preeminent.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fox Ditto. So we got. It's hard to classify Fox anymore because all the Foxes are so well-rounded. They really got a complete game. We used to, back in the day, be like, all right, this is just like a fast technical Fox, or this is a defensive campy Fox. It's really, you need to have all the elements to be an effective Fox. I feel like you see that maybe in more matchups than the Fox Ditto.
Yep.
Fox Dittos can kind of come down to just, I mean, because it's such a fast and good character, you don't get to really shine your defensive a little bit. It is kind of like a gun show sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like in the modern age, too, the defensive metagame has just got, like, with slide-offs and just, like, anti-combo, stuff. Like,
right.
It's pretty sick.
But even that kind of defense, like defensive strategies, are interesting because they lead to the offense.
Right, exactly,
they're not, like, just, like, defensive for the sake of being defensive.
Like I'm going to keep away,
but
it's more about reversal.
Right,
stuff.
exactly,
yeah,
right,
exactly.
yeah. And that's the best kind of defense that Melee that we have. That's very underrated when we talk about our game.
Yeah, I got to say, I really like. As far as I can remember, I don't know if Riptide has done the quad stream stuff that like with the setups up near the front.
I don't think so.
I really like this though.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, it's like we have the main stage, we have these side like really good matches that you might otherwise not be able to see.
Because I was just thinking for a second, like, man, you would think that like if all the good players right here are playing their like matches, there would be like more of like an IRL crowd. But again, this is on the projector right there.
Yeah, they can.
So all these people sitting there are invested in one of these matches.
Yeah.
So we got Preeminent and Justus sitting down there. I see Hunybear sitting down over there.
Oh.
The Link player.
Shout out to shout out to Link.
Might be the active GOAT right now.
I mean,
just truly like world class. But, yeah, this is going to be a gunfight for sure. Justus really there's a misconception about combo video Foxes. I think I should know this more than anybody, where, like, you just think that every time you see them, it's going to be the most groundbreaking, like
highlight reel.
Right, you ever seen.
Yep.
But really, again, there's a time and place for all this. Tournament usually isn't it.
Yeah.
And you're probably just going to see more solid, more reserved Justus than Twitter would lead you to believe.
Right, and everything is just so, like, it's obviously kind of hand-selected in the sickest moments. That's the best part of a combo.
Yeah, right, for sure.
But it's just like, you know, you might be thinking, like you said, that it's just always going to be 100% electrifying.
Right, because I mean, I even
control.
remember the days where, like, you went to a tournament and you're like, oh man, that's awesome that they're recording it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, knowing that they're recording it and that's such a rare thing to happen, it might give you a little inkling to play a little different, but again, since you can, like, pretty much see every match you've ever played in Melee, when you're at a tournament like this, you're here for blood. And you don't really care if you're going to up throw, up smash, and really just bread and butter back air these edge guards. But,
I mean, there's just, like, you just got to tap it in sometimes, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hit the layup. It's no big deal.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I'll show you my dunk highlight reel.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, later. But right now, trying to make it to the championship, you know?
For sure. So already, pretty large deficit here.
Yeah, for Justus here. Preeminent looking real solid. And again, I'll bring up the point that Preeminent really wasn't feeling too much Melee. Do you feel, you've definitely, you know, through your competition over the years, have definitely kind of felt the same. Like, I am not looking forward to this event. I don't even want to go anymore.
Right.
But then, have you ever went to a tournament that you really didn't want to go to, but then you played the best Melee of your life?
So many times. I think it's just a matter of, like, I am going to just fight through this, and then, you know, a good amount of times, once you kind of, like you talked about earlier, kind of like get into the rhythm, you start building some momentum, and you're like, you know what, I'm here, I'm going to make the most of it.
Right.
And then you start to really kind of, like, you know, get into the groove. And that happens a lot. And, you know, we might be seeing that here. Going from not wanting to play at all, and then, you know, actually just playing out of your mind Melee. It's a good feeling.
Right. Yeah, I guess kind of like if you're really not like, okay, you say like in your heart, like, okay, I'm not really too crazy about like this weekend. I kind of, you know, for whatever reason, it's kind of like a way to take the pressure off yourself. So now I'm just going to like, I don't really care if I lose or win. But sometimes like both of those things, not wanting to lose or wanting to win so bad, can really blind you from what you're actually trying to do.
That's true.
So if you're really just here in the moment, you're going to ball out like Preeminent is.
Yeah, it's really hard to find that sweet spot that you're talking about, and but I think it is important to, it's like if you, what's the saying where it's like if you try to squeeze sand too much, right, it just like pours out of your hand, right?
Right.
It's like you got to have this perfect balance of you want to try, but you can't just put all your eggs in one basket and just like be devastated if it doesn't go your way.
Right. I mean, we should know by now that Melee is not going anywhere, and you can play Melee whenever you want in your life. That this tournament, I mean, not to talk down about any major tournament or anything like that, but there's always another, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So for you to get hung up on how you did at Riptide, really, it's only to your detriment.
Yeah, it's like as soon as you get to the next tournament, you know, it's all
you already forgot about the last one.
For sure. So it's just like teetering that and trying to just make the best out of whatever situation that you're in, right?
All right, so Justus finding a little more footing this match.
Looks a lot more comfortable on this stage for sure. Maybe the lack of space, you know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely good in close proximity, I would feel.
Yeah.
Preeminent seems to me like a fox that's well-rounded in a more defensive manner. Not to say that he can't just light you up, because definitely can. We've seen it for sure.
Yeah.
But uses space well, like you said, great players do.
You're right.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Justus no slouch either. Obviously, what was Mr. 101 on the rankings?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just, I mean, and let's be real, everyone 85 to like 120 could have just been on that ranking.
Honestly.
It's just like what a couple nerds say you are. So,
right, yeah.
you know, don't get too distracted by whatever number someone gives you or any of that kind of stuff.
As a fellow Mr. 101, I 100% concur.
How's that feeling? Is it disappointing or cool?
It's a little bit of both. It's kind of like, you know, I would like the badge of, you know,
Sure.
being ranked, whatever. But then you're also like you said earlier, like, this is a bunch of nerds. It's their opinion. So
Yeah, exactly.
so it's kind of
right.
like, okay, you know. My logic is like, if you barely miss, you've got so much work to do anyways.
Right.
You know
I mean,
what I mean? Like,
what's
if your
being
goal is-
number 100? Because I mean, there is a stark difference between people in the 90s and people in the like
30
60s,
or yeah,
and then
even
people
that,
in the
yeah.
30s, and then God, it's a completely different thing in like the 20s.
It's a massive difference for sure, and it's just one of those things where I feel like if that's your end goal, then I don't know. To
Right.
me, it's like I'm not playing to be a top 100 player. I'm playing to be as
good as I can,
as I possibly
and whatever
can be,
that
absolutely.
whatever number they attach to how good I am,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's all about how good I can be.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's a good way
Yeah.
to put it.
It's not this subjective like, this is all I want, and then I'm going to stop here. And maybe for some people, maybe that is the case. But knowing Melee players in general and their mentalities, like, I feel like we all just want to be really good. And
I tell you what, I mean, the way I think about the ranking is like, I mean, I can never tell you what someone's number was, but I can, for the most part, tell you who has been on it.
Right, who's been ranked.
So, I mean, that's pretty much what it evolved down to. We've done this rankings for like, what, almost 10 years now. So, I mean, I can tell you if someone's made it or not.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
And they're cool, and like, you know, I don't want to get misconstrued. Like, I appreciate the panelists, those who actually do the ranking, like, because it's a lot of work, you know, a lot of data to keep up with, and a big procedure that, you know, they're doing it for nothing, basically. So, you know, shout out to them for even doing it, and for us to have a ranking. It's cool to have like a tangible list to be like, oh, this, you know, this is how good someone is. But that being said, I think you have to consider like what your end goal really is, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
That down tilt had so much potential.
Right.
It was nasty.
Love seeing like those kind of moves in the combos that like we're not like seeing Fox combos with down tilt a whole lot.
Right.
Maybe it's
yeah.
the combo starter, but it's not the mid combo option.
Right.
But when we see stuff like that, it's really funny looking, really fun.
Yeah, Mango does the waveland down tilts like with Falco.
Oh yeah,
And
no, it's
so
I
cool.
talked about it a week or two ago. The last tournament that he won, and he was doing a lot of down tilts.
Yeah.
Quite literally, the next hour on net play, all the Falcons
Yeah,
were
they're
doing
like,
it.
I gotta try
it
this
was
out right now.
insane. They were doing it everywhere.
Yeah. They're
Even
doing
like,
the worst spots. They're like just spamming it. Like, that's not actually how he does it, but they're gonna go for it anyways.
I really wish Mango could be here, or like feeling better.
I know, I
Someone
hope
told
he
me he's
feels better.
here, but he's just in his hotel room, just being sick as shit.
Yeah, I think he like already traveled and everything. He's just,
Yeah. That really sucks.
which is a bummer. Can't even enjoy like the whole
water
atmosphere,
park or
the water
anything
park,
like it. Yeah, because even if he were like was feeling a little better and went to the water park, people were like, Mango, what's up, man?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So hope you feel better soon, Mango.
Yeah, for sure. It's just crazy how much of a grip he has on like the influence of Melee.
Yeah.
Quite literally, even like we were just talking about him doing down tilts and then all the Falcons doing down tilts. I've been.
Oh,
Whoa,
there it is, the down tilt.
Nice down tilt. Oh man.
Oh,
yep.
Side bead?
Yeah.
Did I
Well,
see
it was kind of he definitely wanted to shine,
yeah, but he
like had to drift in a certain way where a stick was not there.
Okay.
This would be a crazy comeback for Preeminent, honestly, because Justus was up 3 stocks.
Yeah, it looked like Justus's game for sure. Ooh. Wow.
Justus looking to get on the board here and might just do it now. There's no jump on this Fox, and
Wow.
takes one.
That was that weird DI? Like, was up air off the side?
I don't think it was weird DI, but it was definitely like the Fox had no jump and could only drift like left or right.
Gotcha.
So that's exactly like why that's sent off like that.
I just feel like you don't see that too often.
Yeah.
Fox up air off the side.
Yeah, that's one of those like slippy kills like graphics that you're like, how did
You're like, wait a minute.
Luigi up smash kill off the bottom? You know?
Yeah. Let me see that again.
Or like, actually, you know what? This is funny. Me and I think YCZ was talking about this the other day. It's like, is there any way to have a Fox shine kill off the top? Like, can you conjure any idea on how that would be possible?
Oh, just like in a 1v1 scenario?
Yes.
That's a good question.
The only way we could even possibly think of anything, I think, is if like Fox up smash trades with Luigi Nair. You both go up, and then like you're just so high up, but not like in hit stun, that like you're kind of in this like grace area where like if you shine,
if anything hits you, you're
yeah,
dead.
you're just dead. That's about all we could come up with, but I've seen some very questionable like slippy kill like graphics, and I'm just like, how, in what fashion did this happen?
I mean, I like the knockback stacking thing. You see that with like Falco Shine off of like an Omps attack, or like Sheik's jab, just like kills off the side.
Yeah.
Like, so we got a little 2-1 action here. I mean, it's been close games overall, I feel like. Oh, we got, okay, up in the corner, too.
Hunybear versus Maher.
Yeah, I want to stay on this set for now, but...
Definitely we want to switch to that afterward.
Yeah, Hunybear and Maher. It should be interesting.
Yeah, Hunybear is honestly, like, crazy impressive.
Yeah, very solid player.
If you've been playing ranked anywhere on, like, the East Coast, you run into Hunybear for sure.
Yep, the Link Menace.
Yeah, really, I mean, I think he has changed the way I think about the Peach-Link matchup. I don't think I could do it at all.
Right.
I'm sure Peach still wins because it's Peach, but, like,
there's potential there. Like, yeah.
Right, yeah, he really made it seem awful.
Oh, man, okay. So Justus still clinging to life here. Desperately needed that shine, but see what happens.
I mean, this isn't out of the realm of possibility for Justus to really claw back and just catch a wave of momentum that'll get him 1 game, then 2, then 3.
Yeah, so... Okay.
All starts with a grab. Misses the shine revert, but okay.
Oh, no jump? He jumped into the shine?
Maybe tried to jump into the shine.
Wow.
So, last stock situation.
I love they both do the exact same drill.
Right, the same drill, and then dash back, run back in, grab,
With that first knockdown.
Yeah,
there
personality be damned. We're all the same, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Grab
I was going to say, that's a tough
They all
follow-up.
want to grab right now. Grab would be one of the best things they can get. Getting a combo off anything else is insane. Didn't need the grab. Those were up airs and up tilts and like a half charge up smash.
That was a weird like miss tech follow up too. I can't believe Preeminent lived that though.
Yeah, I mean it was close for sure. That's one of those things where you think like maybe half a second more charge would have just did it.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Back air sends the other way. That's going to be it.
We're going to game 5.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So we saw like if that combo had killed, that would have been a combo video worthy.
Oh yeah, for sure. You would have saw that next to a packet of menthol cigarettes.
Right. So we got, looks like Maher. This is really important here.
Yeah, this is the last situation over here. We can switch over this for a second. Yeah, let's look at Hunybear versus Maher. Maher. I've been saying like every single one. I'm so sorry.
I think it's Maher, but I'm also
Maher sounds easier to say, so. Ooh. I mean, it could just be my accent. Wow, that's going to calls it out. I think, yeah. Has the jump, but I'm so surprised because I've seen a million Links just like miss that up E and just jump up down air.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, he had the ledge refresh timing. I think he could have just forced the on-stage recovery and then down aired.
But all right, back to game 5 here. Back to Battlefield. Wow, a lot of momentum here for Justus. Wow. That's insane.
That recognition. It's like one of those things where you feel like you're safe to do a instant side B. Man.
Oh, but misses the ledge dash. We're all human.
Spacey tax.
Yep, that's a good way to put it. But man, we love a close, even game 5. Even if we're missing our jump cancel grabs and we're faring onto the platforms.
These drills are cracking me up right now.
Yeah.
Oh
man, the Armada Shine.
Very nice.
Oh, man. That's why I could tell you that Justus is actually a good player and not just like a combo fiend, because like I've never practiced an Armada Shine in my life. Really? But Justus has them when he needs them.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay.
And a nice Omps attack there.
Thought Preeminent was going to follow it up.
Shines out of the first hit of up air. The edge guarding is has been very strange to me in this set, and a little like mishaps on recovery, but like on stage it's been electric.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing is like you said, the mishaps with the recovery options. You know, like going low when you don't need to, or up being a little too close to stage. But it's game 5.
Yeah, so couple up airs there. This could turn very fast. That turn
down
tilt in the middle of the combo has been the story of this game.
Yeah, from both of them, really.
Yeah, they both have it.
Okay.
Do you think it's one of those situations where like maybe Justus did one early in the set and then
like
I
got those two.
Oh, I got those too. That happens all the time.
It's funny. I was just thinking about that when we were watching Ossify. Because I was talking about how he like just like picks up stuff so quickly, and he did that against Zain when they played the Full Bloom. Zain hit him with something, and Ossify immediately hit it back with it.
I see that in the Stacy Ditto a lot. Like if you do something technical, and like even if it doesn't work, they try to do it too.
Yeah.
There's like a weird like kind of mind game.
Yeah.
There's a player in my region that I call it after him because like sometimes they'll do it on purpose, and then I know that they're gonna want to have to do it themselves.
Right. Oh man, that last sequence was like so nerve-wracking for Preeminent, but managed to close it out. Air dodge recovery.
Unfortunately, this is usually where the worst melee of all time is played.
Yeah.
Everybody has real nerves. Fox is a hard character to play.
Oh, that up air, that falling up air to get out of that situation was pretty wild. Nair trade.
Oh, the get up attack.
No!
What a strange way for that to end. He did a get up attack, which we thought was bad, but then it got pushed off when they buffered shield out of it. No.
What was that? Was that ECB stuff or what?
Well, okay, no, I think what happened was he did a get up attack and then buffered shield out of it because it was like not what they wanted to do. But then got pushed off, and then there was under battlefield.
Oh man, that's a heartbreaker. You hate to see it like that.
But shout out to Justus, you know, always a really good player.
Yeah, and for, you know, the composure from Preeminent to just, you know, get it done right at the end. It kind of seemed like all the momentum was going towards Justus, but
it would be very easy for Preeminent to miss that shine too, even though things are going crazy and astray. Like, I mean, just like sometimes when you're given something on a platter and like in the moment you're like, oh no,
it's almost too good to be true.
All I have to do is not fuck this up. And what do they always do?
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah. But Hunybear up 2-1 on Maher and looking to take it.
Oh, man, that's just it?
And did.
Man.
And just did.
I forgot that. Yeah, wow. I think I hear some. Oh, okay. I think that's for Rivals. I was
might be Rivals, but I'm going to say it's for Hunybear.
Yeah, it's
because,
for Hunybear. It's the Tennessee squad just absolutely going crazy. We got Ossify pin. Okay.
Okay, this is a rematch from the Cruise and yesterday, where I thought this was the coolest game of that whole crew battle.
Yeah.
They really put on a show. It was kind of close, so this is going to be a really awesome set.
Ben and I used to have like the most back and forth sets, like in the online era. We would just like trade sets and just like crazy, you know, game 5s, like all the time.
So what you're saying is Ben has been in the trenches with Maher.
Absolutely. Like no stranger to this matchup for sure. Oh, also
can get to the edge quicker though.
I also feel like well, he's practiced with like 100 grand. I think he's from that region as well. So okay.
Shout out to 100 grand. We see you out here grinding.
Yeah.
And we will let the people know, even if you're not here. We will let the people know.
He's like one of those players that he just appears every now and then, and he's still just like super sick.
Yeah.
You know? But just doesn't travel a whole lot. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, yesterday I was going to tell me this is going to be an awesome set, probably back and forth, and just like, I don't know. Ossify is such an awesome player to watch. Oh, wow.
Okay,
that was a very interesting down tilt, too.
Yeah. We're getting, by the way, we're getting more Marth Link up in the top corner.
Oh, yeah, Hunybear versus Khryke.
Yo, that recovery was crazy.
Wow, yeah, Hunybear just went under Battlefield.
Yeah, well, they're not even playing, they're warming up, but that was so, whoa. I like,
That's
had to make sure that I wasn't
awesome.
like being impressed by nothing. That was kind of wild.
That was crazy. Without a bomb or anything either.
Yeah.
Insane. All right, I gotta watch this match because I know this is a good time. But man, we appreciate that.
Yeah. nice. That was a really nice like sequence for DI. A lot of Marths would have gotten hit like an extra 1 or 2 times in that situation. With a Sheik dash attack or F tilt, I can't remember which one.
I've been noticing that the Sheiks have a very specific sequence that they do against like players that land on stage. They do this down air, they do the shield stop, turn around, nair, and then fair.
Yeah, it's like percent based, but yeah, like it's kind of like a baby stomp knee, you know?
Yeah, yeah, honest work.
Yeah, right. My down air forward air is so much cooler.
Yeah, it's just a little harder to input.
But does it have electricity? That's the real question.
So we don't care about it.
Would we'll
just talk.
Like, would we consider Sheik a little bit cooler if she had electric
fair?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't think of any other like characters or anyone that actually uses the knee as a limb to like attack someone. When like honestly, I don't know. Like I think in the fighting world, like in UFC, like a knee can really like mess someone up.
Oh yeah,
like it's actually like a
flying knee is like you hit with that, you're probably waking up tomorrow.
But so yeah, that's why I think it's like kind of an iconic move,
right?
Because it's like you know,
yeah, it's very unique.
No one else uses it.
That's true.
Uses that limb.
All right, big moment for Ben here. Oh wait, so this is. I wonder who. Does anybody know who Ben lost to?
No. I'll have to pull up a bracket, but yeah, we watched Ossify lose to Medz. But
right.
Ben is in losers, and this is just in top 64. I mean, we're going down to top 16 tonight, so.
Right. It's true.
Could have been an early loss for Ben.
Oh, okay. Nice recovery. Back throw. That's it. Oh, okay.
Missed down there, but still the down air that hit like away enough.
Unless. Wait. Oh.
Okay.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
She's just dead after that.
Right. Not what the player had in mind. All right, Ossify up 2-0. I'm kind of thinking we're in the same boat. Let's watch another game of this, but then we're gonna keep our eye on it. Because Hunybear just beat Maher, and Khryke is kind of in that. Yeah, we'll go back to X right now. Ossify, fan favorite here in the Midwest.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
gotta see
like
some Ossify
2 hours away from like that part of Michigan. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean Ben, obviously, as Midwest as it gets, right? Is that Montana?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Right? Yeah.
Missouri. There's too many M states. You know what I mean?
We're all just one big melting pot.
Yeah.
In the Midwest.
Someone was asking me what the Midwest, like, what the actual rules are, and I almost got to the point where it's like, if you're not on the coast, you're Midwest.
Yeah, right.
You know?
We just make it up as we go
Welcome
along.
Nevada, you know?
Yeah, like, I would say in the realm of, so I'm from Kentucky, so like in the realm of Smash, we are considered Midwest, but it's like,
but you're really close to the South, right?
We're like right there, yeah. So, but like, I don't know, maybe it's just like who some scenes like interact with over the years kind of determines it. But like, I don't know. And also, it's just like the Melee community, like in the grand scheme of things, is kind of like a small active community. So you kind of have to lump regions together in certain parts, you know.
That's exactly like I'm from Pittsburgh, and people always talk about like, is Pittsburgh the Midwest? And
right.
I'm like, that's where I always say, well, the region that we interact most with would be Northeast Ohio.
Right.
And that's Ohio, and there's nothing in the middle of Pennsylvania. So, I mean, Philly is in Midwest, but Pittsburgh is.
Gosh,
that's how I would put
it. I see. Midwest is more of a mindset than anything.
Yeah, it's a way of life,
yeah,
really.
Exactly. Anybody can be Midwest if you want to.
Yeah, There are values.
Yeah. Oh, that read. Man, I know a lot of Sheiks like to buffer roll out of the corner in that situation. Kind of a difficult thing for Marths to cover consistently.
Expect like, are you talking about rolling right at you?
Yeah, like trying to roll through you towards center. Like usually Marths like kind of hovering with a short hop, just kind of delaying like a nair or a fair in the corner. And then a lot of times the Sheiks will try to like roll through it and then maybe get a buffered spot dodge, maybe get like you know, at least try to get center stage. But Ossify was ready for the role.
People always talked about Marth the same way they talk about like a hurricane. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be on the outside range of it.
Yeah.
But once you get on the inside,
and it's almost
it's a little safer. Like that's where you want to get to if you're like, say like a peach or something, right?
Right.
You want to get inside of Marth, which like.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like just like if you have to get hit, it's better to get hit in the process of taking stage against Marth sometimes, you know?
Sure.
So you just not in that scary position.
All right, we're watching this one wrap up, but we're also looking at that
Oh,
A.
man, yeah. Look, oh.
Very close. All right, I'm going to make the call. Let's
That's it.
Let's switch to A.
Oh.
Because A is looking like a nail biter here. We got that jet. He could have did it. He missed a fastball there, I think.
This whole edge guard sequence has been kind of spaghetti.
You jump behind a...
That's
wow,
it, off a dash, weak
attack.
dash attack.
Is Hunybear...
Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay, and you're from Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah.
Which to me are the same state.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
But you know, it's weird that like we, as close as we are in proximity, like Kentucky and Tennessee, we go north and they go south for tournaments. It's weird. I don't know.
When we go low, they go high.
Exactly.
Sure.
We just cover all bases.
Yeah. Hunybear has had himself a Marth bracket. I only know this because a funny story. We have a like local Marth in Neo that had to play Hunybear. And like he's on the grind, this Marth, and was like really looking forward to it. We spent an hour, all like me and a couple other people playing our like secondary links for him because he's really just kind of lost. Like he's never really played like a good link before. And I was saying, I was like, man, I mean, he's a different kind of animal. I mean,
I've only played him twice, and we're 1-1. We haven't played in like I would say a couple years now. But yeah, it's like one of those matchups. If you're not familiar, like you know, he's going to be familiar with the Marth matchup, right?
Yeah.
But like, how often do you get to play a really solid Link player? It's the mid-tier effect, right? Like that's if anything, if they have any advantage, it's the fact that like that you're not going to be as familiar with what their character can do compared to the opposite. So
there's a whole lot. I feel like Marth, correct me if I'm wrong in saying this, there's almost like when it comes to weight, like heavier players feel like kind of decent against Marth, whereas lighter characters don't.
I think it's like the throw follow-ups being kind of wonky. I think it's like
because of the weight, and
I think like the CC game. I think this matchup is really tricky because of the way like Marth's used to spacing around stuff, whereas like the hook shot is a whole different. Like you see in that situation, that's a good example. Like normally that would be a pretty safe time to shield because they're in the space of like threatening a move as opposed to a grab, but you're just in the perfect spot for a grab. And honestly, hook shot's pretty fast as far as a tether grab goes. So it can be tricky. Like.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love seeing a low tier succeed, just beat, because Maher was top 100 too, yeah? Maybe, I think Khryke definitely is.
Yeah, Khryke for sure is. I think Maher was like just outside the top 100.
Okay, yeah, but I mean still, Hunybear, respectfully not in that conversation yet.
Right.
But I mean, Link, we've seen Links have, their spots in the meta here. I mean, again, I think we had one top 100 Link ever in Lord HDL.
Yeah, well, do we count Aklo? I mean, we have.
Yeah, I mean, Aklo pulls out the Link here and there, but
and like specifically for this matchup, I feel like that's the main
this
time
one
we see
or
it.
like Peach, I think, like on FD. You know what I mean? But definitely like not playing a whole lot of Link outside of FD. You know?
I feel like the way like the melee meta kind of is, I don't know, I feel like a good going forward, what we might see more of is like these like weird mid-tier for certain matchups, for certain stages, just to like keep people on their toes,
Right.
And it's like just enough to where you don't have enough time to really like adapt or get familiar with it.
I mean, do you remember the first time you saw Armada pick Young Link?
Yeah, like what is going on?
Wait a second. And then it works out. We love when it works out.
Yeah. It definitely feels good. Like the Mango Marios.
But I don't think he's ever like done that like specifically like I need to.
Right. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit different.
Yeah, so.
But the Aklo Link is like probably the most relevant version of that, where it's like, okay, I don't want to go Marth FD, you know, or I don't want to fight Marth on FD, so I'm just gonna go Link. And sometimes you might steal a game, you know.
Right.
And it makes you really think about like what your counter pick's gonna be.
Yeah. It just begs the question. Like, there's obviously a better answer for that situation than Link.
Right.
I mean, just look what Medz just did to Ossify.
Yeah,
went to FD
sure.
and then had his own mark, you know?
Yep. Yeah, another nail biter game here.
Oh, got that back.
it.
That's huge.
That's it, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so there's like a little window where Link's just like hanging there, vulnerable, before he kind of like tethers to the ledge, you know?
Yeah.
So nice reactions from Khryke there with the back air. Nice back air, as it were.
Yep. There are. I said this earlier. There are nice back airs, and then there are nice back airs.
I like that.
And that's what we're a fan of. Nice.
Exquisite back
airs.
air, yes.
Oh, that's a tricky little thing he just did there. That bomb bounced off the shield, and then he went and did put a grab in that situation, knowing that like he can miss the grab, and then the bomb will like wake him up.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot going on here to the untrained eye here in the Link matchup. That there is huge. Oh, I didn't really want to get him with the up B. Gonna have to do it again.
One thing I'm really trying to pay attention to, I've been looking for all set. This should be a kill. Yeah. Down throw, down air. Another reason, another good like part of this matchup for Link is the kill confirms off of grab. But one thing I'm really looking for is like what Khryke does off of like projectile hits. Like if he immediately jumps. And like when he burns his double jump, especially on this stage, you know, because it could be a lot of
really
damage.
Bad. Yeah. Up air is a very good move for Link to just keep anyone above him.
Yeah, and you know you're just really limited. Okay, thought he might be able to grab it, but not quite.
It seemed a little far, but I thought it was going to hit Khryke is the thing. So. Yeah. Also, we saw last talking in it, a funny thing that happens is if you power shield boomerang, you could just do another boomerang, and then there are 2 boomerangs on the stage.
Oh, whoa, really?
Yeah, Yeah, they did it last talk. That was something I've learned while we were all trying to help our Nia friend.
I see.
You know?
Right.
So it's always a learning
Still
experience,
learning.
even if we're just watching.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay.
Is that a kill too? Oh, Fair's out of it.
Yeah,
okay.
Kind of a tricky DI. Oh! Kind of a tricky DI, though.
Yeah, So you gotta have the DI and the like really tight fair.
Yeah, and Link has up air, his down air, both like kind of get the same job done, but just slightly different scenarios.
Right. So that was the Hunybear. This has been a nice run to watch.
Yeah, seriously, like Hunybear's been around for like a long time, but I don't know if I've seen him
Maybe
a lot.
doesn't come out to a whole lot as far as like big tournaments, because I mean in that region, okay, so you said from Tennessee, not a whole lot of like big tournaments happen out there historically.
Yeah.
I think now they're starting to get a couple, you know. Is that where Warehouse Wars was?
Yeah. I was just about to bring that up, yeah. So they're getting there.
Yeah. It's a good feeling for your scene, like coming up as a scene, you know. It's built on a whole lot of like factors. Obviously you need like TOs to run it, players to make other players come out, this and that, a culture, stuff like that. But it is a good feeling.
Yeah, they have a solid scene out there, so shout outs to them. Okay.
So, all right, who won the last game? I'm blanking.
Khryke did.
Khryke won. Okay,
Yeah,
so this is Hunybear's counter pick, FD.
Yeah, which I agree with.
Okay.
I think you get like pretty safe coverage with projectiles. If you get Marth above, especially without a jump, you just get like, it's a field day. There's less, interference with platforms off of a grab, so you're going to see more likelihood of getting a grab to follow up into kill.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you see the boomerang coverage, like it can be enough to just
go
like
the whole stage almost.
Exactly.
Okay, now I don't think he has a jump now.
Wow, nice call out.
Got
That's
it,
big,
it traded.
So like I feel like in this situation he's saving those grab attempts, like especially when Marth is landing, for like just a couple times a game or a couple times a set, right? Because that could be the difference of getting a kill at 90 or them living for another 50, 60%. So using it sparingly, but using it when it's for sure needed.
I'll tell you what the interesting part about this is too is Khryke is from MDVA, but also Pittsburgh. Spent time there, a couple years there.
Right.
We actually are one of the few places that have a very competent PR level link. Shout outs to my boy Stro. But like, so not a stranger to this matchup at all. But I mean, it does show you that it's not like a terrible matchup for Link at all. Anyway.
Yeah.
Stro would tell you it's not a terrible matchup. So like, you know.
Does Stro still play?
A little bit. He's got, yeah. Have you ever met Stro? He's a great guy.
I've never met him, but I remember hearing you cheer for him over the years.
Oh, I'll go crazy for Stro. Love me some Stro. But yeah, I think Link's a cool character. There's always been, you know what Link has had a reputation for, like in the past, is just like a cool guy character. Because of just all the different, like, think about like Internet Explorer or Safe State or something like that.
Oh, I can't believe that's crazy.
Wow, and F Smash was so much faster than I thought it'd be. All these matches have been last stock, last hit. That's crazy.
The power shield?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's a bomb.
Up B? That's it.
Oh man.
I can't believe it.
But up wasn't enough either.
Yeah.
He went super low, but he missed the tech. Oh, wow. These are really coming down to very niche, micro situations.
Wow.
Khryke got the best of Hunybear twice on the last hit of the game.
Man, it just kind of looks like a little bit of hesitation from Hunybear in those situations. Like, I kind of felt like it was served up. I don't know.
He opted for a crazy recovery.
Yeah.
He air dodged down and tried to hook shot like the last part of FD that you can.
Yeah.
And Khryke just went down there. Oh, man.
Early Nair F smash.
Kind of like that.
Yep.
Khryke didn't get it that time. Up tilt, there. Oh,
nice.
man.
Yep.
The combo tree is there.
And even like that up tilt, even though Khryke jumped out, like, you're still safe, you know? Oh, catches the slide off? Yo, the presence of mind. That was crazy. And like, what is
the punish? I actually think that it starts with a down air. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it depends on the. It just depends on the situation because you could just Omps attack, roll out. If you want my honest opinion, and I don't think anyone's going to be doing this in in tournament, but I think dash, pivot, charge, down smash.
Okay.
At that percent, that's killing.
Right. I don't think we're ready for that yet.
No.
But we will be, and when we're there, we're going to talk about it like it's boring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
See
like,
what goes through my mind.
He did dash through, pivot, down smash.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Big pivot down smash connoisseur myself.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for situations where it's going to be a good spot for it. Yeah. Okay.
I always feel like one place where I love doing down smash is like when you're on the edges Marth and you roll and they just barely get to stage, but it usually just sets up for just down smash to just kill right off the top.
There's a really good video I've been working on for a while. I've been procrastinating finishing it, but it's a situation with Marth edge guarding Sheik. You know how the common, we see Jmook, Zain, we see Jmook living to the crazy high percents, Omps attacking up B even at crazy high percents.
Yeah.
There's situations, I've talked a little bit about with Zain as well, about just ending it early, as early as 70 on some of these, pre-hit on some of these stages, with a setup with pivot down smash tipper.
Oh, okay.
So. And it goes back to FD. I just kind of was thinking about that too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I felt like most of the game was very Hunybear
it was fine, yeah. And again, you seem to think that there was no, no question. Okay,
I'm going FD. Yeah, as
sure.
Link in this for sure. I am glad that Hunybear went right back. You got to stick to your guns sometimes. I think the game plan was fine. Just a couple of wild situations at the very end.
All right, and a grab here looks like death. Oh, up air this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can make it more difficult to based on your DI on the down air follow up, but the up air you can kind of react. Like I said, it's a little bit dependent on the situation, but the whole goodie bag of items.
Yeah, I know the whole arsenal.
Lord.
Empty the whole clip. Side B up tilt, a classic, but on a heavy character, not going to do too much. Bomb, bust up, Link right there. Up B, just kind of get off me, up B.
Yep.
Oh, and the returning boomerang.
Nasty.
The returning boomerang into another bomb into down air.
Yep. And that bomb down air is like, man, that's a nice kill confirm. You know, you don't even need the grab.
Right. So now, all right. So also another thing I learned today is as Marth, you're probably looking at Yoshi's or Fountain being your 2 best stages in the matchup.
I think Yoshi's is probably the best stage. Like, you have to deal with a little bit of like wall, recovery shenanigans.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't seem like the wall of Yoshi's is any bigger than the grabbable wall of FD.
Yeah, no, it's true. And also, like, if you go a little bit too low trying to hookshot the wall on Yoshi's,
you have to do the pop up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that would equal to me a good Marth stage.
Yep. Did you see that boomerang?
Yeah, it came back and saved a little bit.
So what's the follow-up here? So yeah, I think, so there's not a whole lot of just like true combos, but I think
up throw almost never gets you anything, does it?
It doesn't, but like you're better off like sharking for a jump, in my opinion.
Yeah, it could lead, like if you can catch a jump, it could lead to something. Whereas a forward throw or a back throw or something is only going to lead to a tech chase.
Yep, and especially in that position, like at the edge, it would just give him the ledge for free. Wow, it trades with the bomb, still gets a clean hit.
Yeah, having the counter pick here on game 5 is going to be huge for Khryke, and it's really going to be an uphill battle for Hunybear here.
Yep, and it looks like Khryke is kind of catching on to the grab attempt patterns and just rolling through it, which I also agree with.
Right. Oh yeah, roll. I mean, sometimes you got to just remember that like it's a simple game, and you can just roll.
Yeah, you can just roll through it. Yeah. Yeah, so you're seeing more rolls from Khryke in this situation, which I think it's safe.
Yeah,
I think
instead
it's
of spot dodge or anything like that, or dash back, because your dash back can get grabbed.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier, where normally you're trying to space fair in a certain way on shield, but in this matchup, you would actually just set yourself up to get grabbed.
Yeah, that nair is good.
Okay.
No zair. That slant of Yoshi's is unforgiving.
Oh, the bomb's still in play. Okay, I thought he was going to use his own bomb against him. Oh, man, I think the slant of Yoshi's may have...
Wow, okay, what a recovery.
And then just that's actually massive,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, if you just start setting up the projectiles now, and you can do a good, like, 60, I mean, you're still in this game. Oh wow, the deflection, not like a power shield, but like just bouncing at a different angle off of a shield. Very interesting play.
Yeah, like the vertical Samus missile.
Right,
Oh man,
weird up tilt is gonna send off the side. Up smash.
Oh, Randall.
It's one of those up smash is one of those moves where Link players will tell you it was on purpose when it works out,
right.
but it, like a mistake when it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, that bomb was...
Khryke looking a lot more comfortable right now.
Yep. Oh, see? Rolling through it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a pretty good strat.
Really just all that you can... I mean, obviously we talked about some crazy ideas, but I mean, I really think, like... I don't know. It's kind of like a quick puff, like, rest. Like, you're not going to be able to charge your shield breaker. So what do you do? It's probably going to be down smash. You're on something.
Khryke was like thinking about it, like wanted to play it safe. Probably didn't think about like trying to set it up with a pivot, but very nice.
All right, well, shout out to Khryke, ending the run of the Hunybear, just ripping through all the Marths.
Our hero of time, but solid run though, man. Like really sick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Khryke obviously very established, proven to be a very solid player, absolutely.
Just from like strong regions and just like playing and being very active. All right, so I believe we got maybe one more.
Yeah.
These setups look pretty empty. Okay, so Khryke is gonna stay.
Okay.
Khryke OG Kid.
OG Kid.
All right,
okay, so we haven't seen OG Kid in a little bit, so I wonder what the bracket. I might have to pull up the bracket and see.
Yeah, this is probably to make some sort of something. I would think.
Yeah. So, pull it up. I'm just curious, like, what his run looks like.
So I believe OG Kid, we saw play Trif and lost.
Right.
And then the only other one I caught, OG Kid beat Trail in a game 5.
Okay.
So I saw that in the corner. Yeah. So.
Gotcha.
So OG Kid versus Khryke to make it later into this bracket.
Yeah. So this would be a top 16 qualifier, right?
Maybe, unless there's like really like deadly qualifiers like late at night, like in the next like 2 hours.
Right. Let's see. No. Okay. So one more after this is the top 16 qualifier.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, and the winner of this would play Medz. Okay.
Which would be on the mainstream. So OG Kid took out Trail. Let's see. Oh, okay, so just Trail, it looks like. So who did OG Kid beat? Lost to Trif. Oh, okay,
Ben.
that's what it was.
Okay, so
Ben that's
lost
a big,
OG Kid.
that's a massive win.
All
so,
right, that answers some questions that we were asking
because I'm like,
earlier.
how? Wait a minute, you know, it didn't make sense. But yeah, to get that far, you have to have a big upset.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. All right, so we're seeing a little pivot F smash practice from Khryke. Definitely a staple nowadays.
Classic.
In this matchup.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
I remember when it was like a big deal, and now like
it's like
every net play
you gotta
Maher,
have it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to hang in these types of floaty matchups, like you gotta get the follow-ups with the pivots.
For sure.
Wow. Okay, so I'm looking at the bracket still, seeing Hunybear beat Lowercase Hero as well earlier in the day.
Oh wow.
So that's a hell of a run.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Lowercase Hero, Maher.
I'm a big fan.
Very nice.
I'm a fan. OG Kid making the waves. Maybe, I mean, definitely like a fan favorite to most. I mean, we love just like seeing a kid succeed, you know,
yeah, of
and
course.
something they're passionate about.
So that was a weird, maybe a little considered unorthodox combo tree in this matchup from Khryke. I feel like, you know, it worked, obviously. But a little bit tricky DI mix-ups.
Yeah, I'd say the other big thing that all the Mars have now is this kind of grab tree right here, which, you know, back in the day, grabbing Puff was half the battle,
right?
Yeah,
for sure.
But now, once you get that grab, you can really make that grab. It's like a pseudo chain grab.
Right. Yeah, you can definitely
DI
get some
mix-ups and stuff like that.
Definitely some DI mix-ups. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we think about matchups that have happened like for all of time, this matchup has seen a whole different life.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, this matchup made Mewtwo King just like sad.
Yeah, remember when people would, I mean, especially like, you know, I can remember Mewtwo King like never wanting to go Maher in this matchup, and like just how far it's come over the years. Yeah, like.
And now Zain has like pretty much a chokehold on
Yeah,
Xbox.
if you want the template of how to beat Puff, you know, just watch Zain.
Ooh, pardon my yawn. Old man. But yeah, pretty even thus far. Up tilt's gonna get a good stock here.
Interesting to start on Fountain. I think we see this from time to time with like Zain HBox sets too.
Yeah, it's just like a mini Yoshi's really. So like, I don't know, depending on who banned first or whatever. Right. Definitely Dreamland is something you don't want to do. Okay.
Or that, you definitely don't want to down out the stage.
Don't go to Dreamland, don't down out the stage.
Right.
Yeah, the striking is interesting. I wish we saw more of it.
Wow.
Oh, okay, so the rest was kind of there at first, but then wasn't, like, he picked it up again.
Yeah, that was like, it kind of worked out to where the normal stand-up, he had whiffed something, and then the normal stand-up, like, he just was able to react to it. Perfect timing, but all right, just like that.
Tense. Both these players come very far. So, yeah, if they're playing for that top 16 against Medz, so what, 13, 17, this is for 25th?
This would be Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, I mean,
yeah, loser gets 25th. I'm pretty sure.
Definitely not a bad showing for either, but I would say with the momentum that OG Kid has had from the summer coming into this,
yeah,
and Khryke just being like a staple in the local scene and just like the top 100, this is a very even looking set visually, but even on paper.
Oh man, kind of the rear back on the F smash.
Sometimes you get just the tipper.
Yeah,
you just throw it out there and you get it.
Sometimes it just looks like, I don't know. You're just like, how did that tip?
It's really just fuck it, chuck it, Pittsburgh Steelers football. Sometimes,
hey, sometimes you just gotta go for it.
All right, so interesting to see. So we go to Dreamland now, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're definitely going Dreamland.
I'm always looking forward to. You see on the right, that's OG Kid's family.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
I mean, the OG fam. Oh man.
It all circles back to.
Listen,
shout out to family supporting each other.
I've been in rowdy crowds, both a part of them and playing against them.
Yeah.
And there's something different about someone's family cheering for you and against you.
Yeah.
Because I've played OG Kid before. And I even said this to him. I was like, man, I've played like in every kind of crowd that you can imagine. But like something about your family going, let's go, RJ.
Yeah, like
even, and I'm a peach fighting for my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, it was really mentally like something different than I've experienced in a while.
Yeah, it's part of the whole. They're like a unit, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're taking on the family unit. Oh.
Right.
Nice follow up off the F throw.
Khryke has his own little unit here too. Shout outs to PBI.
Yeah.
Peebers they call them. I'm in the know. I know about these things.
You got it like that?
Maybe.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I hate when people just compare every puff to HBox, but that's one of those spots where I feel like HBox
doesn't get reversal there, doesn't
get reversal there. Usually has like a clean kind of like edge guard there. But again, it's not to say that like OG Kid isn't as good as HBox, but it just makes you appreciate the things that HBox does that don't seem like they seem easy, but they're actually hard.
Right.
You know, watching other puffs will show you like, why don't they just don't do what HBox does? It's like, well, because HBox is a freak.
Right.
You know what I mean? Literally, like it doesn't make any sense.
He's one of one for sure. One of one, I guess you could say.
Dash attack. There's hype in the air. Sometimes the hype from another game translates to like Melee, and people start getting really hyped about Melee.
Yeah.
These rivals
have been getting into it.
Right,
man,
for sure. Every time they're cheering, I have to figure out who they're cheering for.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, missed it. But I mean, landing on that top platform is very good.
I actually love up B in this matchup because of that. Like, Puff's too slow to really get up there and punish in any meaningful way.
Maybe, right, meaningful.
Most of the time, you can still like buffer a light shield up in time.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like the idea that there are moves that are unsafe generally, but there's a spot on this stage where it is safe.
Yeah. And then like you can attempt to go for the ledge cancel on it too, and even if you miss, it's like usually by the time the Puff can react, it's too late to get up there.
Is there a trick to getting that ledge cancel? Is it you have to do like an up B with like the not like an up B straight up, but like more to the side, right?
Yeah, like it just depends on like where you're positioned, but you can kind of determine, based on Blur he calls it like the curl.
Yeah,
however much you like influence the horizontal up B.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, but if you're like close to the ledge, when you start your up B of the platform, then you want to have more of a vertical arc.
So can you, I mean, not to nerd out about Mar stuff, but I figure it's a missed opportunity for me. I got Reeve here to tell me.
Right.
Is it the drifts that ledge cancels? Because there's no way to actually just straight up B and then like ledge cancel, right? So it's got to be on the way down, very precise.
I mean, if it kind of works out that way, where like your up B it all just depends on like where you end up, positioned as your character comes in contact with the edge of the platform.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you heard it here first. Mars up B, very safe in the middle of Fountain.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I like it on Dreamland for that same reason.
Ooh, the runoff fair. That's going to do it.
Nice. So I just realized this. We were so sure that it was going to Dreamland, but
yeah,
we're back on Fountain. Yeah.
Huh. Sometimes I guess maybe you don't want to save your ace until you need it.
Yeah.
Maybe. So maybe if Khryke wins this, we see Dreamland, but I don't know. Again, the blueprint isn't. It's a suggestion. It's not rule. It's not the Bible. You know?
For sure. Maybe OG Kid just it's comfort stage.
Right.
Obviously, like game 1 was close enough. So.
Yeah, we see a little bit like unorthodox stages here and there.
Yeah.
And it really makes you like. I always want to ask them in the moment, but there's no way for me to just like get over there and just be like, why FOD,
Right. Oh. Wow, I can't believe that low profile of that.
All right, OG Kid at a pretty tough percent, but again,
that's gonna do it.
Gonna
Man,
do it. Yeah.
Barely.
The thing about Puff is you can never be too sure because rest will kill Marth. It doesn't matter what percentage Puff is that.
Yeah, pretty.
If you slip up.
That's always the most like nerve-wracking part of that matchup. Obviously, is last stock. Just they're at like 70% higher than you, but you know that you could just explode at any moment.
Right.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, we are in Dreamland. So I think kind of what I was saying was making sense. Like maybe you save your ace for like when you absolutely need it.
Okay.
This is going to be a longer match unless Khryke really decides to go aggro and OG Kid punishes him for it, I think.
Yep. That's a pretty big deal. Getting that first stock sub 40. It's a good look for Marth on this stage.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, nice platform movement from Khryke, for sure. This is good.
So what is it that, Zain does? Again, not to compare every mark to Zain, but what is it that Zain does in this matchup that really makes it, look terrible? Honestly, makes it look pretty kind of bad for Puff.
I think he's just so... he's so good at calling out the defensive option. I talked to him a little bit about it at Full Bloom, and I asked him the same thing. How does it seem like you get so many grabs? I feel like Marths are going for grabs more against Puffs these days. They don't fear the crouch, but he just nails them so often. And every now and then, he'll miss it, or he'll get spot dodge rest, or something like that. For instance,
like that, crouched.
But it's it's still got to be in your tool bag, And I feel like Zain is just so good at determining when what is the highest probability of getting this grab, and will this grab lead to a kill? That's the big thing too. Is he doesn't just waste his opportunity. So this is perfect because hasn't gone for the grab for a little bit in that neutral situation, gets the follow up, quick DI mix up, and it leads to the kill itself. And that's what Zain is just so good at. He's just very precise about it.
Well, I guess also down there,
forward air. Yeah.
Forward air.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can't be mad at that.
Yep.
But I guess what I'm thinking is Zain is very good about grabbing Puff because he probably really just studies where the grabs are coming against HBox.
Right.
HBox, if there's a player in the top 5 that I think sometimes will have long periods of time of doing the same bad habit or something like that, HBox will take time and reinvent himself in certain ways, but you do catch eras of him doing kind of the same thing.
Kind of like a pattern.
Right, exactly. So it usually takes like a long break or a little bit of an ultimate bender for him to come back and be like, okay, I got this whole new idea for a couple of these situations.
Right.
And that's why, he stayed prevalent. He's really good at what always works, and then the 50-50 stuff and that just depends on what kind of era we're in with HBox, I feel like. So that might be the answer. Even if Zain doesn't realize it, it might just be very focused on what HBox is doing in the current moment.
Right. I've always kind of categorized Puffs in 2 different camps. They're either a shielder or they're a croucher based on their defense. So say they whiff a back air and they're just kind of spacing, but you kind of encroach on their space. What do they typically tend to do? Do they like to crouch defensively or do they like to shield? And that can determine when you go for grabs. You know, if you want to go for like the more guaranteed, you want to try to call out the shield itself.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
if you know that they are going to be crouching a bunch, then you want to safely punish the crouch if you're not willing to go for the riskier grab selection.
All right, Khryke looking like he's gonna finish this one up here.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
side B up tilt.
Very nice,
But,
clean.
All right, Khryke's been going through losers.
Yep.
Hunybear into OG Kid, now into Medz.
Yep.
Not leaving that seat. Looks like probably going to play Medz right now. We might not commentate it, but it is.
I think it's set up for the mainstream, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I think that's where I'm going next. So.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Nice.
Doing a little double here, but
yeah,
been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, good
Thank
to
you guys
meet
for
you.
having me.
And
Yeah.
I've said this before, but it is you really do kind of meet someone in this like kind of conversation
Oh
of
yeah,
the minds.
yeah. You find out a lot about each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure for sure.
Likewise, man. Yeah.
Still great melee to come. The night's really only just heating up. We're starting to get into those top 16 qualifiers.
Yeah. Yep.
We got a whole other side of the bracket that we're gonna whittle down to, and then tomorrow's just gonna be a blast.
Yeah,
so,
I'm excited for that.
Keep it locked here.
Yep.
Riptide. Great time to be here. Great time to watch. It's all around a good time. So we'll catch you later.
Thanks
Peace
for
out.
watching,
Peace
guys.
out.
Yep.